If you are watching this video today, chances are you are carrying the quiet kind of pain that no one around you seems to notice. The kind of pain that doesn't come from shouting, cheating, or obvious conflict, but from something far more exhausting and confusing. Emotional neglect, the slow fading of connection, the absence of warmth. The feeling of being emotionally alone even while sharing the same home, bed, and last name. And maybe you've asked yourself late at night while staring at the ceiling, why do I feel so lonely when I'm married? Why does it feel like my emotions don't matter anymore? Why do I feel unseen by the person who once promised to always be there? Because emotional neglect doesn't arrive suddenly. It builds quietly over time, through conversations that never go deep, through feelings you stop sharing because they're brushed aside, through moments when you need comfort but receive silence, distraction, or emotional distance instead. And at first, you try to be understanding. You tell yourself he's tired, he's stressed, he doesn't mean it. And so you give more, you listen more, you support more. You stay patient, you stay strong, you stay quiet. Until one day you realize something heartbreaking. You have been emotionally carrying the marriage alone. And that realization hurts deeply because you didn't marry to feel invisible. You didn't marry to feel emotionally starved. And you didn't marry to slowly lose yourself while trying to keep everything together. And this is where healing must begin, because healing after emotional neglect is not about blaming yourself or turning cold. It's about gently returning to yourself after a long period of emotional abandonment. The first and most important step in healing is allowing yourself to fully acknowledge the neglect without minimizing it, without comparing your pain to others, without telling yourself, it's not serious enough to matter, because emotional neglect is real, and it leaves real wounds when your emotional needs are repeatedly ignored or dismissed. Your nervous system stays in a constant state of longing and anxiety. You start doubting your worth, questioning your needs, and shrinking your voice. And once you finally name the pain honestly, you take your power back, because clarity is the beginning of healing. The second step is rebuilding emotional safety within yourself, which means learning to soothe, comfort, and validate yourself instead of constantly waiting for emotional reassurance from your husband. This might feel strange at first, especially if you've been emotionally dependent on the relationship for validation. But self-soothing is not self-isolation. It is self-respect. It is learning to sit with your feelings without judging them, journaling your emotions, reconnecting with your body, slowing down your thoughts, and reminding yourself that your feelings make sense. Because when you begin meeting your own emotional needs, you stop feeling desperate for scraps of attention. And desperation is what keeps women stuck in neglectful cycles. The third step is learning how to communicate from a place of emotional strength rather than emotional exhaustion, which means no more pleading, no more begging to be understood, no more over-explaining your pain in hopes that he will finally get it. Instead, you speak calmly and clearly about how you feel, using language that reflects self-respect, saying things like, I feel disconnected and I need emotional presence in my marriage, rather than accusing or attacking. Because communication is not about forcing change, it is about expressing truth without losing dignity. And sometimes, your husband may truly not understand the depth of your pain, not because he doesn't care, but because emotional awareness was never modeled for him. And while that explains behavior, it does not excuse ongoing neglect, which brings us to the fourth step. Setting emotional boundaries that protect your heart without closing it off. Boundaries mean you stop overgiving emotionally when it is not reciprocated. You stop sacrificing your mental health to keep peace. You stop saying yes when your heart is exhausted. and you stop measuring your worth by how much you can endure. Boundaries are not punishments. They are reminders that your emotional well-being matters, even in marriage, especially in marriage. And when you begin honoring your limits, something powerful happens. Your energy shifts. You become calmer, more grounded, and less reactive. And this often changes the dynamic, because people respond differently to someone who respects themselves. The fifth step in healing after emotional neglect is reclaiming your identity outside the marriage. Reconnecting with parts of yourself that were slowly abandoned, your passions, your friendships, your faith, your creativity, your dreams. Because emotional neglect often causes women to make their marriage their entire emotional world. And when that world becomes empty, the pain feels unbearable. But when you expand your life again, you regain balance, perspective, and joy. And joy is healing. Joy reminds you that you are still alive, still valuable, still whole. And as you continue healing, you may notice a shift within yourself. You no longer feel desperate for validation. You no longer fear abandonment the same way. You no longer silence yourself to keep love. And from this healed place, you can decide what you truly want from your marriage, whether that means rebuilding emotional intimacy together, seeking counseling, redefining expectations, or simply standing stronger in who you are. And I want you to hear this clearly: healing does not mean giving up on your marriage, and it does not mean becoming cold or emotionally distant. Healing means becoming emotionally secure, self-aware, and rooted in your worth. It means you stop losing yourself while trying to save the relationship, and instead you bring your full healed self into it. And sometimes that alone invites change, because when one partner stops operating from pain and starts operating from strength, the entire relationship feels different. And even if healing is slow, even if progress is imperfect, you are no longer silently suffering. You are choosing yourself without abandoning love. And that is the highest form of emotional maturity. So if this message speaks to your heart, know that you are not broken, you are not too much, and you are not asking for the impossible. Emotional presence is a basic human need, and you deserve it. And if this video helped you feel seen or understood, take a moment to like it, subscribe for more emotional guidance for wives, and share it with another woman who may be quietly hurting in her marriage, because healing becomes lighter when it is shared.